Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we're going to be talking about books. We're going to be talking about some books. Now, I haven't spoken about books for quite a while. I remember when I first started, I remember way back when I first started my YouTube channel, I would talk about like a book of the day or a book of the video. And I kind of stopped doing that because I forgot. However, I wanted to do a video today about my kind of most top recommended books. I want to talk through each one of them, and I'm actually going to give away one of the, not these exact books, I'm going to give one of you guys a book in the comments from one of these ones, just in terms of which ones you want. So make sure you comment down below. If you've not read one of these and you would like to have it for free, make sure you comment down below and I'll pick someone and I'll send that over to you. Yeah, so I'll be able to do that. So make sure you comment for that. So the first one, there's no particular order for this. I'm going to go from smallest to largest. The first one I'm going to talk about is $100 startup. This one, really, if you're looking to get into any sort of consulting or in any sort of area of expertise, or you want to, basically, if you're doing something like, for example, what I'm doing, okay? So I'm teaching people about Amazon. If you want to get into that realm and you want to start charging money for coaching and you want to be able to essentially live that sort of lifestyle, use your experiences that you have at the moment and use them to make money for yourself rather than for someone else, this is a really good book to go for. And actually it is, I would combine this book, right, with this one, okay? These two books, they literally go hand in hand together. They're both really, really great. As you can see, they're both pretty small. They're not too expensive. But for example, on the back of this one, I'll just read it out for you. You can change your job to change your life, right? You can change your job to change your life. You no longer need to work a 9 to 5 for a big company to pay the mortgage, send your kids to school, or afford that yearly holiday. You can quit the rat race and start up on your own. You don't need an MBA or a huge investment to do it. So this discusses really how you can do that super cheap, just by, rather than like changing your mindset from working from someone else, working for yourself and earning the same, if not a load more money, being able to do it. That's what I've been able to do. So definitely recommend that book if you're into any sort of kind of, I would say consulting is a really good way to put it. The 4-Hour Workweek is by far my favorite book. And I read this quite a while ago now, and it's honestly changed my life because it talks in there about, you know, the new rich and basically selling digital products. That's what this book is about, is selling digital products. And I'll read this out for you. It says, forget the old concept of retirement and saving for the future. There's no need to wait for every reason not to. Whether your dream is escaping the rat race, experiencing first class world travel, earning a monthly 5-figure income with no management, or just living more and working less, this is the book and blueprint. And it's a little bit outdated. They talk about some things like CDs and shit like that. But this is a very, very good book. And I would, if you've not read it, and there's a lot of hype around this book and stuff like that, there is a reason for it. It's just a great book in terms of, particularly with outsourcing, which I'm starting to do a little bit more now, but I definitely need to again reread this book and have a look into it. So that's the kind of second one. All of these will be, of course, down below. You can see them. The next one we're going to go to is this one here. This is Guy Kawasaki's The Art of Social Media. And this is it's a great book. It's a nice quick read. And if you are on YouTube, or if you're looking to do Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or actually any social media, you need to be reading this book. And it just talks about how you can grow your following authentically, and how to approach social media like the pro users do, like the pro power users, I think they're called. So I'll read this for you. The purpose of this book is to enable you to rock social media. All right. We assume that you are familiar with the basics and that you want to use social media for business. So guys, this is you guys. If you want to use social media for business, this is the book for you, either for yourself or organization. To make our perspective clear, Peg, who's the person that wrote this with Guy Kawasaki, and I are in the trenches of social media, not in a war room back at headquarters. We acquired our knowledge through experimentation, blah, 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 blah. So there's some really cool things in here, which I really would recommend reading. Again, it's a tiny book. It won't take long to read, no more than a kind of few hours to read that. I believe I read that in one day. So in fact, I read 4 of these books in one, not in one day, but over 4 days. Right. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Fantastic book for sales. So if you're into social media marketing, or if you're into like YouTube and you want to make sales through YouTube or through social media, or you want people to buy your shit, right? You want people to buy your stuff, you need to be reading this book, okay? The reason being is it talks about I guess the theory of selling. It's not a sales book, but it's all about building a rapport with somebody. It's about giving value up front. It's about actually taking care and, you know, really looking at the buyer's perspective and what they want. And really it says how to win friends, and basically that's how to sell to people, okay? So if you haven't read it, again, it's one of those books that's like major hyped up. There's a reason for it. Go and buy it. I'll be giving away one of these anyway. Not these exact books. They're used. They're mine. Right, we're gonna go for this one. Now, this one, I'm not gonna lie. This was a hard read. Okay, there's points within this book which you're like, when will it be over? But Tony Robbins' Money Master the Game. Now, this is all about investing. This is all about how you can make your money work for you, make a money machine, and get to the point where you can retire early and have a super large nest egg and money that's been earning for itself for years and years and years. And he talks through basically how you can do this as just the average Joe, just someone that's earning a kind of a basic wage or an average wage, that you can put money aside, but you just have to change your mindset. And Tony Robbins is great at doing that in his book. I read this again a couple of years ago. It did take me a fair amount of time because I had to put it up, put it back down again because it just got a bit much. But this is very, very good if you want to learn about particularly investing. And there's some super cool tips in here, like the all-weather portfolio, which I would highly recommend you learn about. Okay, so that's a big one. Very, very good, that one. Very, very good. Now here's some smaller ones. I'm going to go with this one first, and this is the Magic of Impromptu Speaking. This is pretty cool, and again, a very, very short book. I probably haven't put too much of this into practice, but it's really about how you use storytelling to teach people and to network and to basically speak impromptuously. Really, really great. I've done a lot of speaking in the past. I've done a lot of training in the past, and a lot of things fell into place when I read the book that I had learned a long time ago, but I didn't realize why they were so important. So particularly if you want to be doing anything on social media, or you want to be doing like, you know, you want to speak in front of people, you want to pitch to people, then this book, although it's tiny, it's honestly, it's tiny, it's jam-packed full of information. So that's a top one that I recommend. The last one that I would recommend you, but I do have lots more books, but these are the kind of top ones. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 7th one, okay? Now this one, The Business Idea Factory. Now it's by the same dude, okay? The same guy. There he is. Look at him. Business Idea Factory. And I was astounded how much this book changed my opinion on everything. And it's really about... how does he put it? I read this quite a long time ago, so forgive me if I get this a little bit wrong, but it's really about engaging your super fast unconscious brain and not thinking with your other brain, your conscious brain. It's all about your unconscious brain. So, for example, I have to come up with YouTube videos every single day, right? Every single day I have to come up with YouTube videos, and what I've been able to do is train my mind to approach that problem of what am I going to do YouTube videos about while I'm not thinking about it. So while I'm unconsciously not thinking about it, it'll just come to me and I have like 10 ideas and I'll just put them down because my brain has been working on it in the background while I've been doing other things, right? Which is like, again, just how this stuff works. So it's about engaging your super fast brain and coming up with business ideas. So he uses an analogy with, I think, physicists, where they come up with, you know, loads of different theories, and most of them are complete rubbish. But one of them is the 100th one, or the 1,000. I can't speak. What the fuck? The hundreds of ones that actually kind of come to fruition. They're the ones that are groundbreaking. The same with music. A musician will write loads and loads of music, hundreds of songs, and it might be just one of them that pops and that makes them, you know, famous. For example, with businesses, you can write down, and this is what they say in the book, write down 100 different ways to make $100 or £100, right? So how... Just literally on a piece of paper, write down how you can make $100. And there's no kind of no limitations. It's how can you right now go and make £100. Now, by doing that, and you write down so many different ways of doing it, 95 of them will be complete rubbish. They'll be far-fetched, and that's fine to do that. It's all part of the I guess the way of doing it. Oh my god. Okay. We're just gonna breeze past that little fumble. And it says, you know, the last 5 will be pretty good, but one of them will be actually one where you can make way more than £100. So if you're thinking about coming up with business ideas, you're thinking about coming up with any ideas to make money, little book, good one to read. What's the best one? Okay, so what's the best one? We've got, here are the books, here are the books. Which ones do you guys want? Let me know in the comments and I will send one of them to you. So I reckon if you've not read this, this is the one to go for. If you've not read it, that's the one to go for. The one that can give you the best enjoyment out of life, this one here, right? If you haven't read that and you just want to be able to network better with people and you want to be able to, again, befriend people, that is definitely the one. If you are already in business and you want to make more money, this one here. If you want to do any sort of social media or speaking, that's the one for you. If you have money to invest, big one for that one. If you're on social media and you want to grow it as a business or for someone else's business, that's the one to go for. If you want to consult and you want to make money for yourself rather than for someone else because you have skills that you can actually then go and sell, that's the one to get. So I'm going to leave that with you guys. Those are my recommendations. I'll make sure I put all of them down below. Of course, there'll be links and Amazon links or whatever. But I do recommend those guys. Some of these books have changed my life, which is a bit like weird to say, that a book has changed your life. I honestly think it's one of the best investments you can make. I like reading, like something that I find interesting. I can read quite fast as well. I think in the 4-hour work week, it's not even here. I didn't even, oh, it is here. Here it is. What am I talking about? I'm going mad. In the 4-hour work week, I think it is, where he talks about how to speed read. Okay, it might not be this book, it might be another book, but it's talking about how to speed read. I learned that in the book and it's completely changed everything, so I can read books very fast now. But yeah, so make sure you comment down below if you want to get any of these. I really highly recommend them. And let me know your favorite books. If you've got any recommendations for me, then I'm more than happy to hear those recommendations. I can even do a little review of them. Maybe not, but I might do. Let me know down below and I would love to see that. So guys, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications. We've got some giveaways coming up, not on this video, but we've got some coming up. So you need to make sure you're commenting, make sure you're liking, make sure you're following me on Instagram. That is a big key. I do giveaways every day on Instagram. I've got notifications coming for days. They're just popping like crazy. So make sure you go and do that. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.